How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're keeping yourselves safe. Practicing your social distancing and all of that. Today we're going to be talking about why narcissists turn violent, especially during times like this, and that there will be probably more narcissists turning violent. As you know, Ted Bundy was a narcopath. So there's instances where with certain conditions at play and circumstances, the narcissist can go from one level to the next. And with all of the stuff that's going on with this pandemic, this coronavirus pandemic, one of the things that narcissists will be doing or begin to do is stirring up mischief. A lot of people are, restricted and confined to their homes or with a narcissist, and you're their current supply. And if you're with a narcissist, you have to remember but during these times, narcissists cannot really maneuver the way that they were used to. Okay, this is very stressful for them. They probably are going to be getting irritated, very irritable around this time. This is going to cause a lot of restlessness in a narcissist, boredom and anxiety. Okay, and this is my opinion, but I believe that the longer that these restrictive guidelines go on, you will begin to see a shift with narcissists from being passive aggressive to overt aggression. Okay, violence and even more extreme types of abuse, especially to those who have to interact and deal with these individuals in close contact or proximity. Okay, people that are still involved with narcissists will see the mask slipping frequently with no regard as to the damages or what you care or see from that. All right. Narcissists do not handle stressful conditions well. Brings out the very worst in them. Not to say that they're good anyway, but most of you who may have seen the more manageable side, if that's what you want to call it, to the narcissist, will see the most unruly, out of control types of behavior from these individuals during these times. The narcissist is already like a ticking time bomb or a walking time bomb. And when pressed, put under stress and stressful conditions like these, the normal traits of the narcissist can become exacerbated. Okay, with even more recklessness and careless behaviors. You'll start seeing this. It's like they won't give a damn. They won't care. All right. And this of course all depends on the current situation that the narcissist is in. If they have a current source of supply that is not really affected by what's going on, economically or anything, maybe this supply is well off, the narcissist can still maintain some sort of composure, at least, to keeping the mask on. But if they're around, as a lot of people are, a lot of us will be, people that are affected by this, where their attention now has to focus on survival and not necessarily the narcissist, you'll begin to notice a lot of changes within that individual who's a narcissist. Okay. Desperate means will result in desperate measures to get new supply. The narcissist will go to extremes. Okay. And this is not the time to be entertaining or cooperating with narcissists. It's just not. It's gonna end up pretty bad for you. And as I said before, a drowning man will reach for anything. And these current conditions in the world, narcissists will become even more active and forceful, even ruthless in regards to how they deal with supply and obtaining new supply. Okay. Under better conditions, situations where people aren't as focused on their well-being and themselves. Because see, the thing is, a narcissist can't have someone who's just as focused on themselves as the narcissist wants that person or supply to be focused on them. That's not going to work. The narcissist has to have your attention, your focus on them exclusively. And now under these conditions, if you are focused on your well-being and how you're going to make it from one day to the next, that's not going to be a good recipe for sustainable supply, or to give the narcissist the attention and admiration and praise and the things that they need to thrive. And during this time, it won't take much or long to see masks slipping left and right. You're going to see those masks coming off the narcissist left and right. The amount of frustration and desperation in store for these individuals will be overwhelming, especially now with the knowledge of narcissistic personality disorder being so available, where a lot of people have educated themselves and have a good degree of understanding of what these individuals are and what narcissistic personality traits look like in these individuals. So they're more able to find or detect and identify narcissistic personality disorder individuals. Okay. More people are aware and will be leery of certain signs, red flags in particular, that they'll see coming from individuals that are narcissists. All right. And you have to understand, what does all this mean? Well, you can expect anxiety mixed with depression and desperation even from narcissists to turn violent at some point. Violence is going to increase. Extreme measures of recklessness are going to be more prevalent. More domestic violence. From the narcissist losing their grip or their control over supply, not being able to sustain the outcomes that they want. More thefts, more robberies, more con schemes and scams going on. In the midst of all this chaos, narcissists look for opportunities to prey on the weak and unsuspecting. This is just something you have to keep in mind and be mindful about. With this current lockdown, a lot of people are flocking to social media sites and these platforms, dating sites. Keep in mind that the narcissists frequent these platforms already. I did a video about this a while back. On a regular. It's one of their favorite hunting grounds. Okay? And now probably more than ever, it's important to be aware of this and move with caution. Because you got to think about it. Going on there is like jumping into a pond, going for a swim that's full of starving piranhas and not expecting to get eaten. Even though these individuals may look normal, they may speak normal or whatnot, you really have no way of telling, especially with times like this where they are desperate to gain new supply and they're looking, they're hunting. They're on the hunt right now. They're active. It's like a pack of hyenas out looking for food at night. If they're hungry enough, they'll take their chances. And during these times, for those of you that still have to deal with narcissists, expect the pettiness to kick up, to start picking up. Expect the nitpicking to increase, where they're picking at you, they're looking for things to find an argument with, because it's just that the way that they operate internally, that they're not getting what they want. And it's like, have you ever seen somebody who has a nicotine addiction or something, and they can't get their fix, or any other drug addict for that matter? And you'll notice just how unpleasant they are to be around when they're not able to get their fix. Those are people you do not want to be around. It's unbearable. You'll be miserable. It's no different with the narcissist, though. The narcissist is addicted to people. They have an addiction too. And if you are around one and they're not able to maneuver and do the things that they normally do, and keep in mind, the narcissist gets bored very easily. And when they get bored and they're not able to have the things that they've been used to having in a certain way of having it, boy, oh boy, look out. Okay? Not going to be a pretty scene. Not going to be a pretty scene at all. You can expect more provoking of arguments, provoking you into an argument, provoking you into a reaction. This is stuff that's going to be going on. This is stuff that you have to be conscious about, stuff that you really have to think about. This is what's going to be happening. And of course, I'm assuming in this, but judging by how narcissists operate and move, I would venture to say that I'm not too far off. And these encounters with narcissists under these circumstances and conditions are more likely to turn physical, leading to violence. Just something I wanted to share with y'all. Like I said, I hope everybody's keeping themselves safe, keeping yourself focused. Again, this is a period where people should be, reflecting, trying to build themselves up and put themselves in a better position, preparing for the future, but making sure that they're making the right moves that will be beneficial for their future endeavors, so that you can transcend and rejuvenate yourself into a better position once this is all said and done, or sustain yourself. It's not the time for foolishness or pettiness or anything like that. So make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Anyone that consultations, even though I have a lot of bookings, if you want a consultation, just email, and that's for consultations only. Email me. I'll leave it in the description box. Until next time, like I said, take care of yourselves. Hope everyone, even your loved ones, everybody is well during this period of time. Bye now.